The recording is started. So a comfortable seat must start there with a comfortable seat. Mark and Yvette, welcome. Good to see you both. And all of life really is about creating a comfortable seat, which some days seems to be a tall order. When we are comfortable, when we are sukha, at ease, we are better able to attend to other people's dukkha, suffering, or dis-ease. So all of the practice, the entire yoga practice, is about promoting ease and wellness within, and then sharing it outwardly. As you sit, whether that is in Sukhasana, Virasana, your asana, take a moment and let your quills or feathers just settle down. Taking a deep breath in and a long exhalation through your mouth. Let's do that again. One more time. And then notice, are there any body parts that would like you to move a little bit? Sit higher, sit lower, switch the cross of the legs, or whatever it is that's a little chatty. Let there be a sense of your sits bones, pelvis and hips, weighting down, grounding, but yet at the same time, as if you were sitting on a cloud. So there's a sense of lift and buoyancy. Inviting length up through the spine. And let's draw the shoulders up to the ears. So with the somatic movement, just squeeze them up as high as you can. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then as I count to 20, slowly release them down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Notice if your shoulders may be sitting a little bit lower. We pull them up through the day, preparing for battle or to sort of turtle, pull the head into the shell. And that chronic contraction of the upper trapezius really squeezes the living daylight out of the neck and often is a cause of neck pain. So just snack on this one regularly throughout the day, I recommend. Now take your hands and place them on the upper chest. The fingertips coming together, right? The middle fingers coming together, right? At the top of the sternum. And the sternum, of course, behind which is where the thymus gland is, the gland for the graduation of our little T cell. So just rub that a little bit. Just give yourself a little thymus love. Some of you heard me say it earlier in the week, according to my sources from yoga therapy. When we are children, this gland is just plump and succulent. And the older we get, the more shriveled, adipose tissue, that sounds better than fat, doesn't it? We have here. So our immune system is just not quite as efficient. I was like, I love you, little thymus gland. And part of this is often as we age, we begin to sort of collapse. So we got to keep space. So with the hands on the upper chest, breathing in and out, just into the upper lobes of the lungs, breathing in and out. Let the breath be as deep, both on the in-breath and the out-breath, as is comfortable for you. This is called adiyama mudra. So it is a mudra, but it is also a pranayama practice, a breathing practice. And then from here, we move the hands to the side ribs. So as if your fingers are now mimicking your ribs, wrapping around your side chest. And as you breathe in and out, let your rib cage expand sideways. And then contracting back in again. Contracting sideways and returning back to normal. Again, make the breath as deep and comfortable as is available to you. Helping the diaphragm and the intercostals stretch, open. So the main muscles of respiration, of breathing. Let's do that one more time. And then last one, take the hands forward, the palms facing up, reach the arms up, stretch up, reach, 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 reach. Bend the elbows and place your hands on your upper back, upper back. Keep drawing the elbows in. So this is like double cow face pose here. And now as you inhale, let the whole trunk expand to the in-breath. As deep as it is comfortable for you. Remember, Iyengar said, if you feel a little blue, put a little sun in your armpit. So this does a multitude of things. It's definitely a twofer. And then after the next out breath, let's take the hands down. And just pause and breathe. Notice. Does your breath maybe flow a little easier, a little fuller? Now, the mudra is the digestive mudra. I thought that was very apt for this week. Left hand is the same for everybody. It's your thumb to your middle finger and ring finger. Middle finger and ring finger. This one is called Murta Mudra. And if you do this with both hands, it also helps regulate your blood pressure. According to Indu Aurora, an expert on mudras. Your right hand, so I'm not mirroring you right now, I'm opposite. Your right hand for upper digestive thingies, you're going to take the thumb to the index finger and the middle finger. For lower digestive thingies, you're going to take the thumb to the ring finger and pinky finger. So upper digestive issues is indigestion, could be nausea, it could be just lack of appetite, which could also be the nausea, or too much appetite, pancreas, gallbladder. Lower digestive, well, anything that's not traveling out that's supposed to do or traveling out too fast. I'll be that dainty about it. So by either doing the index finger and ring finger, upper digestive, and lower digestive for the ring finger and pinky finger. And then when we practice mudras, we change the energy in our body. It's like magnets. We are putting different magnets together. So very much the same thought as is used in both acupuncture and acupressure. And, in yoga, we call these nadis, energy channels, and prana, flow of energy. In Chinese medicine, of course, it is qi. But same thing, the entire yoga practice, again, is about facilitating all that needs to flow, flows for ease. Stagnation equals dis-ease. Holding the mudra, We'll add a very gentle variation of Kapalati, which is a wonderful stimulating digestive pose. So don't do it right after you eat. It's better afterwards. Also, don't do it if you have a hernia or have had recent abdominal surgery. If you have uncontrolled blood pressure, you can see the list is like one of those TV ads for medicines. But it is tremendously beneficial in upping digestion and metabolism. It is simply a sharp contraction of the belly as if you were coughing or sneezing. So the breath in is normal, and then pull the belly back towards the spine. So doing it in this slow way makes it much more attainable, and I also think much safer, instead of the quick pumping that is sometimes taught. But what it does very efficiently, it massages all the intestinal organs. They get a little sharp squeeze and then they release. Let's do 3 more. And then simply relax your hands, stretch the fingers. Let's take the legs out in front. Dandasana, seated staff pose. Have the hands either behind you, so keep the front spine long and lifted. You can reach the hands behind, so it's like a teeny little back bend. And if the hamstrings are tucking your seat under, just bend the knees up a little bit, bending the knees up so that the spine can lift and open. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. Just rock a little bit from side to side. Let there be some ease, and maybe take the hands to the outer knees and waggle a little bit too. Is there a little bit more give to be had? And hold. Press the hands or elbows into the knees, but then press the knees up into the hands so that there's a little bit of a tug of war. So what's the opposite of tug of war? There's a push war. And then let that go. Take the hands to the outer knees, bring the knees together. And we're going to come on to all fours. Tabletop. Cat and cow. Let's round. Pull the belly upwards. So contract the abdominal. And then as you inhale, contract the back body. Let the abdominal muscles relax. Exhale, contract the abdominal, pulling upward. Go back and forth slowly, without a lot of fuss. And then let's come to neutral. Coming back to neutral. Take the right leg back and press the heel back and get a little bit of calf lengthening. And as you press the heel back, press the hands down and forward. And then maybe let your left knee take flight. Taking flight, reaching back, taking flight. Step the left leg back, take the right knee down. And first enjoy the calf stretch. And then make it a little bit more juicy. Press the hands down and forward too. And the right knee may take flight and we step back to plank. Full plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step the feet wide today on your mat. And then take your dog for a little spin. Wiggle, waggle, pedal, whatever your dog wants to do right now for a little free play. The body is built for movement. And especially in positions we don't hold a lot, explore these. Don't be so attached to being perfect or getting it right. More importantly, what does it feel like? And then honor anything that doesn't feel good and take steps to make it comfortable. Let's begin to settle in, hold a little bit of a steady dog. Maybe the knees are bent to accommodate the hamstrings so the spine can stay long. Maybe the knees are straight. And if the shoulders are not liking this, puppy pose is always available. And then on the next in-breath, looking up and walk or step the feet to the front, hands to feet, forward fold. Bend the knees. Bending the knees, take the hands to the hips, and then inhale, press all the way up. Here we are. So in the last email, I included a little file of the 5 Tibetan Rites. So we'll ponder the alternatives because some of them are a little, if you ask me, inaccessible. The first one, let's start with the alternative. You'll step your feet hip width or slightly wider apart. And then this is actually from martial arts. It was taught to me by Baxter Bell in one of the workshops. You take the arms out to the sides, and then you'll swing to the right, to the left. Let your leg lift up as you swing so you're not torquing your knees. And let your arms flail so that they come to tap your upper chest and mid-back, stimulating lungs and kidneys respectively. So this will wake you up. And then let's slowly come back and stand and feel. A little bit more buzzing in the limbs. The classical variation is the spinning, standing with the legs close together. So if you suffer from vertigo, you might like the first variation better. Again, you determine the speed, totally up to you. And arms out to the sides, and you spin clockwise, always clockwise. As fast or as slow as you'd like. If you get dizzy, I advise you to stop. And maybe do a little hop. So what the Tibetans are saying that it gets your chakras spinning right. It's good for vertigo too, though, but not if you have it, which is the irony. The chakras, the 7 energy channels in our body, lines up with the main ports of our endocrine system. So this really is an endocrine system. The next one is our leg lifts. So now watch. The number that you choose for this, you'll do for the remainder 4. So I recommend somewhere in the 6, 9-ish range. If you have a low back day, I recommend you do it with the knees bent. You'll inhale, pull the chin to the chest, knees up. And if you have my back is just fine, thank you very much day, inhaling, lifting chin and legs. So start with your number, whatever number you do of these, you will do for the remainder 3 movements. So choose wisely. Bent knees or straight legs. Inhale, chin to chest. And legs up, exhaling down. So it's not about always do the hard stuff. Ahimsa, be comfortable in your practice. As Feldenkrais said, Moshe Feldenkrais, he said, if we make it too hard, we're not going to do it. And then there's really no benefit. Once you have come to the number you choose, 6, 9-ish, just pause. Rest with the knees bent up, feet on the floor. You'll take 5 breaths. 5 deep breaths. And after you've concluded the breathing, you will come into a kneeling position. And support the knees if your body is not in love with the hardness of the floor. You can put the blanket under the knees, you can put it under the shins. You tuck the toes under. So this is camel pose. So what we're doing in all of these is really thyroid. So as you starting point to watch, hands will be as far down as you can reach. So my chest is lifted, chin is to the chest. As I inhale, I go back. Exhale, back up. Inhaling and exhaling. So again, choose the number that you just did. And off you go. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, Jalandhara Bandha, that is the chin lock. Draw the chin to the chest to the chin. To facilitate more blood flow, more circulation to the thymus and thyroid gland. And once you've completed your number, come to sit, and then again repeat 5 breaths. So sitting and breathing in and out. So these breathing pauses in between helps us recenter and reground. And it allows the body to integrate what we just did. And then our next one is the reverse tabletop. Classically, it looks like this. With the hands by the hips, sternum long, and again, chin is down. And then inhaling, tabletop, exhaling back. Variation is bend up the knees, take the hands back. It's a little bit easier. Again, let the chin come all the way down in between. And then if there's shoulder or wrist issues, bridge pose. Inhaling and exhaling. So choose again, choose your weapon. What is best for you today? Either the full-on event, the modified, bridge pose. So take your knees up, bring your feet in a little closer and separate them out so they're not close together so that you have them hip. Yes, thank you. So the chin lock again, opening and closing of the throat. So it's not about making it hard. 5 breaths again. after you complete. So through a consistent practice, work your way up to comfortably doing 21 repetitions of each. And let that take as long as you need. After 21 repetitions, there is no further benefit. Our last Tibetan rite is Up Dog, Down Dog. And this one is where we switch the breath. So the full on, watch again, the full on variation, starting in upward facing dog, but with the toes tucked under. And then inhale, downward, exhale, upward. A little gentler is inhale to cobra, exhale to tall cobra, back and forth. If again, shoulders or wrists, cat and cow. But switch the breath. Inhale as you round, exhale as you arch. Repeating again the number that you have throughout. So this is our last one. Just a short little gathering, just like my Thanksgiving. So when you draw into Up Dog, open the throat. As you go back to Down Dog, close the throat. Jalandhara Bandha again. And once you have completed your number, rest in wide-kneed child's pose. Wide-knee child's pose, which can also be happy baby. Anything that works for your body today. The practice should feel like a treat, a gift, not a chore or punishment. And now, pushing up, and take a blanket. If you have two, take 2 blankets and place them alongside on the mat. And then let your thighs rest on the top of the blankets. And come into Sphinx pose, very high Sphinx pose. Top of the feet are now resting on the mat. Top of the feet are resting on the mat. Now from here, draw the shoulder blades down and towards one another as you gently press the forearms down and then lengthen the sternum forward. Lengthen the sternum forward. While you move your sacrum, tailbone in the opposite direction. Opposite direction. So this is the action for Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. So take your hands where your elbows were. Roll the shoulders up and down the back again. Spread the fingers wide like the lizard I currently have living in my house. Really human little hands. It's the cutest thing. Roll the elbows in and then lift the heart, lift the heart, lift the heart. Pull back through the tailbone into the legs. And then slowly lower down. Try not to face plant. And we're going to do that one more time. Let's roll the shoulders up and down the back. Inhale, lift the heart. Keep the head down first. Keep the head down. Once you have all the height built, let the head lift. Keep the legs super strong, super strong. Lifting the knees, lifting the thighs. And now let's tuck the toes under and go back to dog. Go back through dog. Looking up on the in-breath and walk feet towards the hands. I know the blankets are right there, hands back towards the feet. Bend the knees, hands to the hips. And again, press all the way up. How are we doing? Good, good. All right, let's take our blocks and place them at the top of the mat. So the Tibetans, just like some salutations, are lacking sorely in both external hip and twists. So for complete practice, we need to add those. So we'll get on with it. Let's stand between the blocks. Mountain pose. Pull the fingertips down towards the feet, but at the same time, lift the sternum up, 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 up. So you're trying again to create space between the sternum and the sacrum. Just the same thing we just did in Cobra pose. Let's inhale, take the arms out and up. And exhale, fold forward. Use the blocks you place there. Inhale, half forward fold. And exhale, let's step the right leg way back. Bend the left knee so it is over the ankle. And then spin the back heel down. The right heel spins down. Preparing for warrior two. Sweep your right arm forward, up and back. Let's take the hands to the hips. We'll take those out of the way right now. Inhale, straighten the left leg, and bend it again. Just go back and forth. And check it. Knees are sneaky. Does it track right forward or straight forward over the second toe? Wow, I say that's going really well. Let's take your left forearm to the inner thigh. Create a bind. Press the forearm into the inner thigh, knee. Knee presses back. And let's take the arm overhead, right arm overhead. Reach, 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 reach. Reach back through your right heel. Long, powerful. And then take the hands down to the blocks. Come forward to a high lunge. High lunge. Here, inhale, let's take the arms without losing your balance. Up, reaching up, reaching up, reaching up. And now we are ready for revolved Parsva. Take the hands to the blocks again. Right hand to the block, right next to your left foot. Left hand on the outside of your left knee. Left hand on the outside of the left knee. Press knee into hand, hand into knee, and we begin to revolve. Spin, 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 spin to the left. Keep your back leg super powerful. And now take the arm up and over the head. Pull yourself as long as you can. Pull the ribs open from the back heel. Make sure that your left knee stays exactly where you left it. And breathe. And let's take the hand down. Move your right block away. Give the right knee a little bump. And we step up. Forward fold. Inhale, look up, half forward fold. And exhale, step the left leg way back. Way. Spin the heel down. And then sweep the left arm up and back. For warrior two stance. Again, hands to the hips. And I'm going to turn around so I can see y'all. Hands on the hips. And then as you inhale, straightening your knee, and exhale, bend it back and forth. And if the knee overshoots the ankle, your stance is just too short. Give yourself more space. More space. And then next time you settle into the pose, bent knee, we are ready again to take the forearm to the inner thigh, inner knee, and create that bind. Like I mean business. Little bicep bulging. And we take the arm overhead. Take the arm overhead. Commit to both feet. Grounding the four corners. Breathing. Reaching. And we are ready to spin down towards the floor again. Hands to the blocks and maybe to the sky. Maybe to the sky. Reaching up, high lunge. Keep the back leg powerful. Quads pressing onto the thigh. Remember the quads, the bone marrow here, one of our biggest producers, they say, of what becomes our T cells. But we got to stimulate it. And now, from here, we're ready to revolve. Take the hands down to the blocks. Move your left block close to your right foot. Take your right hand to the outer right knee. Right hand to the right knee. Check, is the right knee exactly over the ankle? This is not negotiable. Press the knee into the hand into the knee. Again, create the bind, create the bind. That feels secure. We're going to twist to the right, twisting to the right. So the block is right beside your right foot, right beside the right foot. Not in front, not behind, but right beside it. That gives us is the shoulders right over the hand. And if it feels safe, leave it, your knee where it is, take the arm out to the side and sweep it up overhead. Reach it overhead, stretch your body as far away from your back foot as you can. And then I'm looking at you, you're looking like you have a question. There you go. So revolve side angle pose. Revolve side angle pose. You're twisting belly button towards your right knee, towards your right knee. One more breath. And exhale, take the hands down. This time we're going to transition back to downward facing dog. All the way back to downward facing dog. And take the knees down again. Wide knee child's pose, but this time take your blocks and blankets and maybe blocks. So you can build it up a little higher. So this is restorative child's pose. Moving the blankets back, whereas I come forward, my lower ribs are now completely supported. And just turn your head to one side. And let your body rest. So the blankets are the long way. Sally, take the blankets a long way. Yes, and then put your blankets up on blocks. So blocks underneath, so it's like a poor man's bolster now. And if you turn the blocks a long way, yes, long way. And just let the hips go far as back as they will go. So the ribs are supported, hips go back towards the heels. So one of our main lymph intersections, we have two in the groins and then the armpit chest. So we are, part of the practice is moving these areas, squeeze and release to facilitate the lymph flowing. And of course, lymph only flows when we contract and release muscles. When we are not doing anything, the lymph don't flow either. Well, that's going really well. If you turn your head in one way, turn it to the other. And Sally, you can always come onto your back for a happy baby pose if that feels better. You good? Good, good, good. Forward folds are calming by nature. They elicit the parasympathetic nervous system, where back bends are energizing and stimulating. So we want both in the practice. It's the yin and the yang of the practice. Now to release from this pose, take your hands under your shoulders and sit up. And we are ready for Paryankasana, couch pose. 2 blocks. One for my spine, right between the shoulder blades, and then one for my head. So if you know you have a little neck tension, you might like to put your head block up higher or have a block at, a blanket at the ready. So watch. To come into this pose, there is an order laid out by the great Mr. Brown. First, knees are bent. So just watch me go into it and I'll talk you into it. And as you recline back, make sure that your block is right between the shoulder blades, right on the spine. And then let the head go back. And if you get to about here and it's just not comfortable, this is now that did I flip it up? Take your block up, take blankets, so that there is no strain in the neck. We start by the arms out to the sides, and then slowly straighten the legs, if that's available. And I'll cue you again in all of this. From here, we take the arms up, and then we reach them overhead, getting as long, so very much the same we just did in side angle pose, getting length, but now more restorative. To come out of this pose, this is important. You'll take the arms back up and down, bend the knees, use one hand, so I can see you, under the head, and then use the other to support yourself rolling off. Well, let's see what happens. So with the blocks, between the shoulder blades, back you come. Keep the knees bent for now. Keep the knees bent for now. So this, remember, this is not an endurance test. Arms out to the sides, palms facing up. So the buttocks are down, head is comfortable. It does not feel like you have tines in your spine. Can you breathe? Can you breathe? And then slowly extend the legs long. And if that's uncomfortable, then bend them again, then bend them up again. So it's not no pain, no gain. Quite the opposite. Be comfortable. Be well supported. Breathing in to the rib cage. Let it open, let it expand. So here, taking the arms up, straight up to the sky, reaching up, fingertips towards the sky, and then without lifting the ribs up, take the ribs towards the hips, but pull the arms up and back, up and back. So the ribs keeps lengthening down towards the hips and not poof, popping up. So you're on your back, you're in couch pose on the blocks. One under the spine between the shoulder blades. and one under the head. Reaching, grounding the legs, and letting the spine open on the front, letting the spine lengthen. If you find that you have tingling or numbness in your arms and hands, take the arms back out to the sides again, instead of keeping them overhead, as that might indicate some compression in the neck or the thoracic outlet area, compression between the collarbone and the top ribs. So keep the elbows straight if they're over the head. Keep the elbows straight if you have them over the head. Reach, 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 reach. And then let's take the arms back down, bend up the knees. Take one hand under your head, lift it off the support, and then roll on to the other side, just so you're not letting your head dangle all about. And then sit up.
Anne,
Yes.
when we have our arms overhead, are we supposed to reach the floor, or are they just straight out?
Your arms will come to the floor eventually, but don't reach for it, if that makes any sense. Because if I reach for it, if I overreach, I may be trying to just jam the back of the shoulder, but what I really want is length. And as I get length, my arms will go back. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
I want length
Thank you.
more than I want floor.
Touching the floor. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The floor will get there. So again, creating space, that's a great question. Thank you, Sally. And it goes for that in all things. The poses are designed to create the opening, the benefit, wherever we are tight. But when we are overly eager, so the notion of parigraha or greed in the yamas is, it says back off, back off, back off, so that you always work within the confinement that's right for you, which is a little countercultural for us because we are taught to strive and to push and to fight and to force. And yoga says, no, don't do that, because that's just going to cause even more compression and dis-ease. So in the next one, restorative bridge pose, which is, again, you can use just your blocks, but you can also use two blankets stacked. So it is, if you like the little softer, the Princess and the Pea, blankets are good. The pose is very simply, one block is going to be for my feet and one for my sacrum. And I'm going to go the opposite direction now of my blocks. I come onto my back, lift the hips, and I choose the height of block that's right for me today. Tuck my shoulders under, and then I go, where was that thing that I placed on there? And then I place my heels on it. So restorative bridge pose. And now I just allow my body to relax into this shape. I keep a little bit of a lift off the chest. So let's all find our way into that one. Now, if this is uncomfortable for your back, just skip the whole block for the feet and keep your knees bent. So this is sometimes called the poor man's restorative. Yes, like that, Jill. But so I was on the medium height. You can go on the lower height if that is more comfortable for your body. So I recommend you lay down first and then lift the hip and slide the block under. So the legs are active as they were before, with the insteps drawing towards one another, four corners of the feet pressing away. rolling the shoulders under so that you are in bridge pose. Same actions of drawing the shoulder blades together. But now we can hold the pose longer. So if we have some chronic tightness around our joint capsules, this is where the longer holds can be really beneficial. It becomes a yin pose, a softer application than a yang. Back bends are inherently yang, stimulating. You're stepping on the accelerator. Lifting the heart, broadening the collarbone. So there's a sense of the armpit chest lifting. Armpit chest is lifting. Rolling the arms outward. So an external shoulder rotation. So if you look at Stuart, so if you roll your shoulders out like you just did, does that hurt? Because you can't talk to me where you are. You just have to morse me with a with a toe. Right? So yes, don't go into pain, but letting the front chest open up. Front chest open up. This pose again, you can hold for several minutes until you don't want to do it anymore. We're going to start the transition out by bending the knees and placing the feet on the mat. And then, as always, when we've had weight on the sacrum, we want to re-engage the multifidi muscles by inhaling, press the feet into the floor, squeeze the buns. Exhale, relax, back onto the block, and do that another 4 or 5 times. Squeeze, press. So you're not pushing up into bridge, you're just getting all the muscles, the glutes, reattached to the sacrum. And after the 5th, 6th time, just lift high enough where you can slide the block out, but don't make it a big hairy deal. Let your back body just melt into the floor once you take the block out. So the knees stay bent so that we are not irritating the mighty psoas. And then earlier this week, we practiced the full Viparita Karani, legs on the wall. So today we're going to end a little bit different. I invite you to take your knees in, hug the knees into the chest. Give them a good squeeze. And then straighten the legs towards the sky. Take the arms up towards the sky. And then shake everything out. Just shake, 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 shake. Shake the legs, shake the arms, shake the brain. This is such a good pose to move all the lymph where it needs to go, main portal. Just get it out. And then let's hug the knees in again. Squeeze the knees in. Lift the chin to the chest. So become a tight, tight, tight little ball. And then as you inhale, let your legs relax out. And if you would like blankets under your legs for Shavasana, I invite you to do so right now. Maybe a blanket under the head. And then place your hands on your lower belly. Placing your hands on your lower abdomen. And again, as when we started, just scan. Are you comfortable? Are you really, really comfortable? Or is there anything you can do to facilitate a little bit more ease? Let the breath be deep and easy. And repeating either loud or silently these meditation. Metta means loving kindness. May I be happy. May I be well. May I be safe. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. May I be well. May I be safe. May I be peaceful and at ease. Move your left hand onto your heart center. Now draw somebody into your awareness, somebody you know loves you unconditionally. It can be alive, somebody who has passed. It can be a deity, God, Jesus, your dog. It is whoever where you know you are in their presence. You feel that love just streaming to you. You hold that person or persons with or without fur in your mind as you extend the graces towards them. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. And may you be peaceful and at ease. Sometimes it can be easier to start with this meditation rather than the one we extend towards ourselves, to feel that sense of deep inner love, joy, and warmth. On the days when our well is running a little low. Now take your right hand and place it on top of your left hand, both at your heart center. Bring somebody to mind that you know is suffering. Somebody who needs more love, warmth, and joy. You hold this person or persons in your mind and heart as you extend the graces towards them. May you be happy, and may you be well. May you be safe, and may you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be peaceful and at ease. And just simply slide your arms all the way across your chest. Give yourself a hug. And we are preparing to bring the knees up, maybe hug them in again. rocking from side to side. Rolling all the way over onto your right or left side. So traditionally the right, both for the nadi energy of the right channel, but also the weight of the liver, they say. And then from here, using your arms and hands to press up into a comfortable seated posture. Bring our palms together, Anjali Mudra. Anjali means heart. Let your thumb touch your sternum, your breastbone. But being there, a sense of lifting the heart up to the thumb, plural, rather than sinking the thumbs down to the heart. So keeping your light, your Atman, lifted, buoyant. In the yoga philosophy, your light is burning right behind the sternum. That part of you that is never born nor never dies, your spirit. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.